Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charvana. I go by the she, her pronouns, and I've got a guest with me today.
I'm YBHaten. I go by he, him.
And we are going to be watching Black Mirror, the episode entitled Beyond the Sea. Now, I am excited to have a brand new guest on the stream today. So, stream, I don't know what this is anymore. But this is my friend YBHaten over from Twitch. He has also got a YouTube channel, which you all should check out. All of the details will be down there in the descriptors. YB, on your Twitch channel, though, what kind of games do you play?
I play a lot of adventure games and first-person shooters. Really, if it catches my attention, I want to share that with my community, and so that's typically what happens.
As far as Black Mirror goes, what Black Mirror experience do you have?
Well, I used to watch Black Mirror. I've seen up to about season 4. I haven't seen anything recent, so I'm really excited about today. And this could be the episode that gets me back into it. But they hit me every time. It's a good series.
It's something that always like super talk about by the end of it, so I'm very excited to see what this one holds for us. I do know from the descriptor that this is all about space. Last but not least, final question. What do you know about space?
Not a lot. I'm fascinated by space. I'm fascinated by like aliens, but I am a huge Star Wars fan, so I can tell you all about a galaxy far, far away. I just couldn't tell you anything about where we live. So
Fantastic. Then we will learn together. Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, if this is your only episode tuning in with us, be aware this is a watch along only series, meaning you will have to have Netflix open on a different tab. We are watching this through Netflix, and we are going back to the very beginning, so we will be seeing the opener and everything going on. There will be this timestamp right down here, which will be ticking upwards. I know Netflix tips down, but it'll be fine. Just bear with me. But I will say 3, 2, 1, go. We will push play at the exact same time, and we will be able to watch the video in sync together. Now, let's get started already. Shut up. Let's go. All right. Ready? So 3, 2, 1, play. Everything seems to be working. A Netflix series. YB, do you want subtitles or no?
I either way.
Okay. Black Mirror. Beyond the sea. That's
Oh, hey, it's Jesse.
yeah. Pinkman or something like that?
Yeah, Jesse Pinkman.
Alien? Do you think he's an alien?
It's a good question.
It's like
Still
no,
getting used.
he's just had wrist surgery, and here I am already being like space alien. I'm gonna call it. Watch it, YB. I'm gonna call it. I feel like I know her too. Oh, it's been really, really bad with people's.
With names.
Mm-hmm.
In the moment, I'm really bad.
Is this Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
I think so.
Touch you? Oh my god.
That's-
Ooh.
okay, I'm 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 fascinated by this. Okay, so he's not eating. I think you might be right.
So I don't know if they're aliens or if it's some kind of like they still get to live everyday life, but they're living on a space station.
Like an avatar?
Yeah, because it's always got something to do with technology. Black Mirror always has some
Yeah,
kind of weird tech thingy. But why? What's the point in being up there then? You know?
right. I I can see how it would be good to have somebody around, like, while you're gone, right? Like, to still be around and there for your family. I wonder if it's like an upload? Like, is this a robot or an AI?
But he gets to control from sleeping up there because they said like, "Aren't you? Are you
Maybe.
sleeping or whatever?" He's like, "Oh yeah, kinda." Now the romance thing's gotta be weird.
Right. That's
Yeah, because like you're right. Is it an avatar? Is it a robot? Is it? Because I think he is too, whatever it is.
right, and he's there, but he wasn't eating, now he's hmm,
Boob.
boob.
I can get away with it's not that kind of stream, but it's now that kind of YouTube. Not a boob! Not a boob!
Not a boob, not a boob.
This is fine. Hi, YB.
Yeah.
Welcome to.
Hi, hello.
Wow. Okay.
To be fair, if it was a robot, I don't know.
Make
I
sure
don't
he's
know how
got
I
it.
feel about
Make
this.
sure he's got an Energizer battery. Just keep going. I still think it's some kind of avatar. Robot.
I think
It's
so
tech. It's some
too.
kind of tech. I keep calling it an it, and I don't know if that's polite, but whenever technology takes over, I know I am not gonna survive. It's fine.
Right.
Cute. ULDE.
Hmm. I think it's interesting how they show the 2 dynamics and, like, the differences, but they're doing, I'm assuming, the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the Matrix?
So I'm thinking just astronauts. We only know it was space, and sorry if I spoiled a little bit with the space stuff, but I only knew that from the one sentence descriptor. Assuming this is their real bodies.
I mean, wouldn't it be safer to send your avatar to space,
I
though?
was just thinking that. Smart, YB.
And who knows, maybe that is what's going on.
Without being tethered, it just gives me chills.
Yeah.
I've not done enough research on space stations either, but I'm also kind of curious, how many people does it take to fly even the smallest of crafts?
It's a good question.
Answer in the comments below.
Only slightly terrifying.
I know some people are scared of deep sea, but I'm always scared of deep space because just like you let go and you're done. And it just makes me feel uncomfy. You ever saw Gravity? Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
I was getting Gravity vibes without the tether when he was coming out of the station.
So maybe just the two of them? Just do it anyway.
Yeah.
It's gonna be your kid. Don't.
I wonder if it's the people from the theater.
Maybe. We haven't seen anybody else, so why would anybody else be breaking in?
Right. I mean, there was that van parked outside of their house. Dang. What if this is the real one?
Yeah, seriously.
It's not. Okay. Goodness. Ooh.
None of that is okay.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
Ah.
Dang.
Ow.
Huh.
I hate it because they are thinking that that's a monster, but that's a monster. That people are
Yeah.
monsters. Ouch. Oh no.
Dang. And he had to watch all of that happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
That's
still
fair.
on a space station though. The other alternative is just be by yourself. Or with him.
Hmm.
For 4 more years?
I mean, do you think you could really get over something if you're isolated like that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Don't they do like a whole bunch of psychological tests before you also go up?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would.
Remember, you are not in a psychiatrically sound place anymore.
Hmm. Looks like poop.
Oh, they've been eating that for forever, though.
Right. I hope there's at least different flavors.
There's gotta be. There's gotta be. Especially since they can't eat down here. Their avatars can't eat.
Mhm.
Replicas, whatever they want to call them. But
Oh, I would be losing my mind.
yeah, pandemic isolation was bad enough.
Hmm.
Oh,
This is that on steroids.
yeah. I mean, he doesn't even have YouTube.
I know. He has a really bad black and white TV.
Uh huh.
Hmm.
No, but yes, but no. Oh, I can
Hmm.
already see this going so badly.
Yeah, I can see this going sideways really
Like all
fast.
kinds of things. Her falling for
Hmm.
him, or him running for it, or them fighting over it, or.
Hmm.
Oh my god, that's a big fat nah. Because it's the exact same body, just a different personality at that point.
Right.
Man, I pity him so much.
Mm-hmm.
I would also create a code right now. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't say boysenberry, I know it's not you.
Right. You definitely need to have a code word, something that they
Something.
lets them know that it's you.
Because that is so. Oof.
Mhm. Yeah, red flags going off everywhere right now.
Like, I get it. It's a very good kindness, and I do pity him, and I want him to be happy, and I don't want him to be a suicidal, but, like, oh, baby, that's so many bad things could happen.
Right. Huh.
Boysenberry,
Wasn't
boysenberry,
this guy
boysenberry.
in pretty sure he was in Pearl Harbor.
I did not see it. They're really good at the whole, like, immediate still. I don't know if it's a freeze frame or if it's, like, they're just really good at just, like,
Right, just getting him to pause really quickly.
yeah. I wonder if it's a freeze frame.
Hmm. I can see this being like, oh, everything started off great, and then just goes off the rails.
So many ways this can go wrong.
Yeah. I'm seeing an entire multiverse of possibilities right
Like,
now.
who's going to be the bad guy here? Is it going to be. I don't
It
want there to be a bad guy.
right.
But.
It could be, I don't know. Could be that the one with the good intentions ends up being the bad guy.
Yeah. I will say good on them for not even trying this ahead of time and just being
Mhm.
sneaky about it. Because they absolutely could have just done this with them being sneaky and just be like, I just want to go experience your life for a while. Steal your
Right.
necklace. Or swap your necklace if they weren't in on it cahoots. You need to back off this and just let him do him.
Yeah.
And she's just doing it because she's lonely.
Yeah. I mean, there was that line earlier too that, he'd only met her the one time
Yeah.
and she seemed like a butterfly.
And even if she was just doing, like, again, I think this is going to go poor intentions at some point, but even if she's just doing it
Mhm.
with good intentions of, like, I need to talk to another human being and not just the small family I have,
Right.
it's going to go poorly. I think as him, I would hug a tree. Wonder how long he was up there.
Since everything has happened.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. That's cute.
It's not a bad little spot. I wonder if he knows.
What if the kid breaks the machine?
Right.
There's so many ways this could be bad.
He realizes that's not my dad.
And I like him better. Ooh.
That would be bad.
That would be the worst.
Oh my goodness.
We're trying to call it. We're trying real hard to call it.
I don't think I've ever gotten a Black Mirror twist right.
Well, I certainly did not expect his family to get murdered.
Mm-hmm.
But he got a taste. I would be in touch with headquarters so fast. You bet.
Oh,
After
yeah.
that, I'd be like, are you sure? Can I have even one that doesn't look like a human? That's fine with me. Give me a rural plot like he has, and I can
Right.
look like a robot the whole time. I don't even care. I don't have to look like a person. Just let me have isolation in the woods and not isolation in 4 different rooms. What are you gonna do?
Is he gonna journal his experience?
He's gonna draw, right? Oh.
I wonder what happens.
The storm.
I think so too.
I wonder how those avatars can cry though if they can't ingest anything.
Right.
That's thinking too far into it, but yeah. Ooh. And so it begins.
Mm-hmm.
Currency for time, though. Interesting. There's gotta be hard boundaries.
Yeah, this is definitely something that you go and have a chat about.
And you are going to go on a vacation for that hour every week.
Hmm.
Ma'am. And I hate to say that I don't trust her, but I don't.
Yeah.
Not relationship wise. Clearly he's not the best partner, but I don't know. There's gotta be so many boundaries.
Yeah. Oh, there would have to be so many boundaries.
Mm-mm. Ma'am, you need to have a party. Go plan a
You
party.
need to start walking back to the house, please.
What a good role for an actor, too.
Hmm.
I always wonder for actors, too, that are painting on top of another artist painting that's probably actually painting it in real life.
Hmm.
Just like, don't screw it up, don't screw it up, don't screw it up, please don't screw it up. You know?
I mean,
Just checking is not bad, but do
right.
you have to check why he's there? They're bonding. Happy little tree.
Happy little tree. No. And time's up. Time's up.
And there has been contact.
Right.
They're bonding! But in a romantic way, which is not okay. Stop. Sir. Control thy libido, Sue.
Right. Oh, dang. That's going to be bad news.
You never called a twist. I feel like you're calling a twist here, YB.
I feel like I feel like that that's a twist we've been working on for a while. It's a theory we've both had.
But what's the twist upon the twist?
Oh, I think that could be the trigger for the twist.
Uh-huh. I wonder if he's forgotten how to drive. After a couple weeks, I'm a little bit shaky.
This could be bad.
I mean,
I
like,
wonder
his
how big that
body's...
gang was.
Oh. Oh, the gang could come back? I didn't even really think about the
Maybe,
gang.
I don't know.
Cult.
They did get arrested, right?
Yes, they turned themselves in. But did all of them turn themselves in?
That's a good question.
Mama needs to have a party. Mama needs to meet new people.
No. This has got to be weird, like answering for somebody else.
Oh, shoot!
Dang.
Yeah. It was terrible.
Goodness.
Woof. Woof!
I think this is where it starts to go off the rails.
I think that might have been a wake-up call at the same time, though, being like, you're not him.
Right.
You're not.
What if he doesn't go back to the chair?
Yeah, that's one possibility. And I don't know what that means. One of them's gonna be left. I don't know if dead is the right word, but left on the space station alone.
Right.
Right? It's gotta be.
I
Because if one of them dies, they both die.
Yeah, it's a two-person ship. This drawing is going to be the one that gets you in trouble, man.
Yeah, it is. No. Oh, shoot. This is him courting. Like, if there could be a maybe excuse for anything else, but dancing with my wife,
right,
when I'm not present, is not okay.
Ooh. I would. There's some issues right now. I can't help but feel bad for his co-pilot.
Yeah. Is it Cliff and David?
I think so.
I didn't catch their names. David is the one that's currently piloting. Don't you do it!
No. Oh, there.
Boob! He's doing the same move too.
He's doing his.
Is this the only move this guy's got too? No.
I mean, if it works, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But
grab yourself, lady. Understand? Wake up. Yes. No more. You're done. You're done. You're done.
Oh.
No explaining that.
Yep.
Splash. Yeah. But also, he's got the wrong idea. Yikes. No. Hot damn! Because you look exactly like my husband.
I think, she might prefer this version of her husband, but it's not her husband.
Right. Kid said no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Do you say it? Or is she gonna say it?
It will come to something. Oh.
You can't. I mean, she can't drop the bomb on him right now when he's up there with him.
Well, I just think, honestly, we haven't seen him be the best of spouses.
Right.
And he does say that he has wailed on his kid before. I cannot say whether or not he would wail on her for something like that.
Right.
So I can see why she wouldn't want to say something.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But she's just got to hold her resolve
Yeah.
of being like, there's no contact between us now. You finish the painting, you're done. This is what it should have been from the start. Honestly, why also maybe not the best of vulnerability, but if you trust the guy with your body, I feel like you trust him with your family enough that while they were sleeping, you could have control of his avatar.
Right.
You can have them whenever they're not around or not involved to be emotionally connected to you or to get confused or anything like that. I would just only let him around whenever I wasn't using the body anyway.
It's like I need to sleep, so
Yeah.
oh, he's gonna find the notebook.
I think you're right.
I mean, it's only fair. He's in your house. Might as well go into his.
Mm-hmm.
Or are they hanging up?
That was his daughter. It's his family. Well,
Gulp.
oh.
And he hasn't even seen her in these positions. It's just
Well, that's why they're not detailed in, sir.
oh.
But does that
But
matter?
you're gonna give him the wrong idea real
Yep.
fast.
Yep. This is why
I
she should
thought it
have said
was
something.
mm-hmm.
Hot damn. Oh, shoot. Now what's gonna happen?
What the yep.
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, from what we've seen so far, he's got a point. But that's still not something that I would never say that.
Okay, YB, is it him or is it David?
It's him. Oh, this has got to be him.
Maybe? Maybe? I guess.
Yeah.
Don't let your insecurities get in the way. Ma'am. He doesn't understand. He's not very emotional. I understand what you're
Mhm.
getting at, but ma'am. I still think it's David.
You think so?
I think so. Maybe, maybe not.
Okay.
I wasn't sure though.
I'm gonna lean on the fact that I'm gonna lean on that it was him.
I hope. Nope. Mm-mm.
Hard pass.
Hard pass.
Hard pass. No.
Hard pass. No.
No.
Yeah, Melissa, that doesn't. That need to.
You're making it worse, man. I can see how you would want to say this, but you got to understand if he dies, you die. So,
Very possessive.
yeah, I was going to say. I guess don't mess with Jesse Pinkman.
The gravity on this ship is amazing.
Right? Can use water from a sink?
Right? I'll allow it. The story's good.
Imagine the rift this would cause between you and your co-pilot the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot. No tether, YB. No tether.
Oh,
He's just gonna send him out.
well, he has his link now.
Yeah, he's just gonna try to fare it on his own. Where's Houston or whatever? We seriously need a Houston to talk.
Right. Where's this? If they can beam their consciousness back and forth, they need to be talking to Houston at some point. He's got the link, and she doesn't know.
Mm-hmm. And he's just gonna, like, get rid of him this way.
He can't get back in.
No.
No way. He's gonna run out of oxygen.
Good. I was gonna say, isn't the threat of it enough? Just to
Right.
be like, you're gonna let me go in your link, because otherwise I can do this. Yeah, good, 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 good. I wasn't panicking, I was just kind of like pissed off to be like, come on. Good. Oh, you swapped links? He swapped it.
Oh, he's covered in blood.
Oh no.
Time to abort mission and head home. I wouldn't be talking this out.
What else do you do?
That's a good question. And they have 4 more years to live with each other like this.
Mm-hmm.
What? Holy crap. That ending,
Did
They
you
have-
expect it? I didn't see it right at
No,
the start.
I really didn't see that coming.
Oh
My goodness. I really didn't expect to see 4 more years on the ship together.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to talk it out. I don't know how you would feel about that being in that situation, but
Well, now the aftermath of all of that is, do you get tried? What happens? Not that can't just go unspoken. That's two people that just got killed, apparently. So, do you get tried for it as the replica? Do you get tried as Cliff as the replica? Do they just destroy the replica and you just now have to live on the space station for the next 4 years? Do you, like, what happens now?
That's a good question. I mean, the way that I think about it is I would 100% be turning in my co-pilot there. The next time I went in to, I guess, to Earth, back to Earth, as the replica, I would go right into the police station and say, hey, or talk, where's Houston? We said it during the thing, but where's Houston this whole time?
But, like, how do you prove it? That's the other thing.
That's true. Well, I guess, would there be any record of him going out to check on the coolant?
Maybe.
So if he was gone during that time, and that corroborates his story of like, hey, I couldn't have been there.
He was the only one that could go out, or did go out. Well, I don't know if he was the only one that could go out, but we do know that. So possibly.
That's another thing is that's just sad. It's really sad that had to be the situation that he put him in, so that he can understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely better ways to talk it out than to go to those lengths to make somebody feel your pain. I try to think of like what Black Mirror is trying to give me, and I'm always thrown for the biggest loop at the end. And I honestly, I don't know how you feel about this, but trying to collect my thoughts on it. It was so in depth that it was just, I don't know. It was so in depth, and it worked on so many different layers. Like, we thought of like the promiscuous angle. We never even thought of the big twist that came at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to collect my thoughts on all of that because, yeah, there were all of those different angles that we could see from the beginning of the episode.
What I could see, okay, we were talking about this all through the episode, and if you're just tuning in for just the talkbacks, then I want to repeat it. I feel like, yes, this could be a solution to doing it. Like, okay, I will share my avatar with you, or my replicant of you, or replica for you, but there has to be some hard boundaries, both with my wife and with you. You're not allowed to, why can't we do it, first of all, while they're sleeping? Because there's just no interaction that needs to be happening. She should go off and like have parties with friends, have little dinner parties elsewhere on the hours that you come to play, so that you don't even have to interact with her. Because talk about screwing with your head when it comes to somebody who's obviously wanting more from a relationship and they're not getting what they need. And the person that is so desperate for human interaction is what you need is given to you in the form of their partner in themselves, like in their body. So it's like, that's what I want.
There would definitely be a lot of locked doors in my house if that was the case.
Oh gosh,
You're like, hey, we've got 5 locks on the bedroom door. Make sure they are all locked. This is just going to give me a complex if we ever reach that stage where we can do this, which I don't think is ever. I'm not going to count it out, but yeah, those are definitely, that's like a roadmap to success. There's like lock your door 6 times.
I'm so glad there wasn't ever a question about who they were also. I still feel like there would be a lot of code words I would have with my family being like, boysenberry means I'm here and this is me, and he would never say this in any normal conversation. So like, I will say that to you every time I come down here just to let you know this is me. But there was no trickery with that, at least, which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah, I mean, you would probably be able to tell really quick, right? If somebody came down and you're like, you're acting really weird for you.
Maybe.
It could, especially if you've already talked about it and have agreed to do it. Maybe that's one of the things like, well, I know you, and so it'll be easy to tell if it's not.
But also, they've been living together for 2 years.
True.
Not saying that is exactly the case of like, you would fully present yourself to somebody for 2 years up on the ship, like once a week, that you would to your wife, but he might know him well enough to like replicate some of his mannerisms. I don't know.
It's true. I mean, I guess it turns into how good of an actor are you, and can you keep it up for a long period of time?
But
Still, really, just that ending kind of blows me away. I wasn't expecting it. And talk about a twist. I really didn't think that that's where they were going to take the story. I honestly was still thinking along the lines of being promiscuous, or maybe killing your co-pilot, not letting him back in the space station, those types of things.
I thought it might be that as well, that it would be just lock him out forever and assume his identity for the rest of forever.
Right.
But I also thought, isn't the scare just enough? Just enough to be like, I could do this. You will still give me access to your avatar, because otherwise we're dead anyway. So you will still give me access to your avatar. Whether or not I get to talk to your wife is another matter, but at least that's a scared into the position of I still get what I want, at least partially.
Yeah, definitely. You could have gotten the point across without going as far as you did.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I mean, even the scare of not having I just did the thing pulling it out of the pocket, but not having the tag on the tray.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it might make sense. Don't take it off when you go on those spacewalks. Leave it on. It's fine. I don't know how it would affect the equipment, but I wouldn't want to take the chance anymore.
Maybe never leave it. How weird. I'm so curious if the kid ever figured it out, or if the kid ever knew. Because obviously he had some kind of reaction to the painting and everything. I'm like, this isn't my dad. This isn't how my dad really acts, or anything like that. So he knew something's up, but he didn't know what. So
yeah, he disrespected that painting real fast.
Real hard.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I honestly, I do think the kid knew.
Yeah.
I think the kid would probably be more perceptive to that, having spent more time with his dad, like it showed him earlier, spearing fish.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't. I can definitely see him saying, "My dad wouldn't sit in the barn and paint. This is weird." So yeah, I guess that's just one of those personality things. But I definitely think the kid knew.
How interesting of a storyline. Again, I wouldn't call him a bad guy. I wouldn't call him my flavor of gentleman that I am drawn towards. Let's say that.
Right.
I don't know how intense he was with his child punishment. Also, we only got that through words, so I still don't know that.
We didn't see any of that.
But it is interesting to have us be on the side of the person that we would normally dislike. Out of the two of them, from initial standpoints, it's easier to like the other dad. Like, yeah, he was a little bit more strict also, and I'm not particularly a fan of that also as a father. But he didn't have any, like, negative interactions. He wanted to be around people. He was very kind with being like, yeah, I'm an oddity. Go ahead and touch me. It's fine. But he wasn't the dislikable one in the two. The only thing we got is, like, a lot more negative stereotypes from Cliff when we were comparing the two. Yeah.
Yeah, and they definitely showed both of them in two different lights, and it was, so I think it's kind of interesting to see it's a very quick progression for the first character, and how he's a very kind person to, hey, at the end of the show, guess what? Not so nice.
Not so nice.
But yeah, I would have thought the entire time my sus was on Cliff being the one who was going to be the villain of the story arc.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of where I was putting my money. And I am rather surprised that it wasn't, and the route that they took. But again, that's why it's Black Mirror, and that's why it's a twist.
I just didn't think that he would go to the extreme of killing Cliff's family. That's the thing that David surprised me at. Being so hurt from what happened before, I didn't ever take it upon that kind of personality or that character to reach those limits. Because putting somebody else through the same hurt that you were put through just seems monstrous to me. Just absolutely monstrous.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah. So to take it to that extreme for Black Mirror is just kind of like, yeah, it's the Black Mirror thing for sure. It's just, as a character, I wouldn't have suspected it. And that's why they had that twist. Speaking of, fuck that cult. Excuse my language, but excuse
the
you?
hippie gang.
The absolute audacity of that. I
Yeah, it's
I'm just no. There's so many. That's why they called him a cult too, is because it's like the ideology is just so messed up. Um,
mhm.
plus,
It's not fair to try and make an example of somebody else
oh
for an
yeah,
ideology that you have. So,
absolutely.
um,
So
and especially not in such a violent way. That was rough.
I can also have the argument, especially since it's not true to life yet. So I feel like my feelings might change if it ever becomes true to life. But versus something like Detroit Become Human, if you've ever played that game,
Mhm.
like an AI that has its own personality that doesn't come from any person being soul or anything like that, being differing from somebody that has a soul that is being teleported into a AI. It feels
Right.
different to me as well because they're genuinely a person. And I realize the argument might change one day, maybe, who knows, if ever AI becomes like sentient enough to have emotion and personality. But uh yeah, it's just knowing that that is also a person just within something that they can't. It's weird. It's odd. It's a peculiarness, but at the same time, why torture them? That just seems so ew. It's just ew.
It
It's just ew.
Yeah, it's kind of out of place, for especially like with the replica, for example, when they said that they even mutilated the body of the replica. I was like, why? There's no need. They couldn't feel anything. Like, you've done the damage by making him watch everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, I don't know.
so
Could he feel anything? I don't know.
maybe, I mean, that's a really good question. And one of the things that I couldn't help but think the entire time was like, if your replica was to die, and I guess we kind of got the answer, but like, if your replica dies, like, what, does it kill your brain when you're, you know, in that sleep state? Which we got the answer to, but it's still like a sad reality once that avatar dies.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I bet
like,
if
he
you
was
notice,
alive.
wasn't there four caskets, or at least they said in the newspaper, it's like the burial of the family, and it had all four of their
Right.
photos. So,
And it had all four of them, and so yeah, they buried him along with his family.
mm-hmm. Which has got to be so trippy just to watch, even from like a little tiny TV. Which is so weird that we are getting
Right.
a time period where we have this kind of TV, but at the same time, technology enough to become another person elsewhere. But
Right.
ugh, so weird. Such a weird episode. And
It was interesting. Yeah, Black Mirror never ceases to amaze me in that regard, to have like a big thought-provoking twist at the end.
mhm.
It's always fun to see. Maybe fun's not the right word, but it is still like it's really entertaining.
It's fun to talk about.
It really is. Yeah.
I always do this too because I like to talk about what ifs on a lot of occasions. And
Mhm.
if this was real, and we did have somebody like Cliff that was way more open to having like parties, or we were in the writers room, we wanted to write something different. I would have enjoyed seeing, but I wonder if it would have been too fixable. A party, like she was throwing her little like book club, dinner club, anything like that,
Right.
and him falling for somebody else. It would have a lot of
Oh,
questions with polyamory and such, but is that okay in their society? I don't know. Are they monogamous? Is
right.
this like a struggle here? But I don't know if that's going too quickly down a avenue that is. I don't know. I don't know if that's going down too quickly of an avenue that is becoming super socially acceptable, which is okay. I'm nothing against
Right.
polyamory, but yeah, it would have been interesting to see that dynamic also, to see, because we already knew that he was a pretty religious person from praying at dinner, so I didn't
Mhm.
know if that was going to be a topic that we touched also. We didn't. I think we got to a little bit darker place. Kudos, I
Right.
will say, to his wife for finally snapping out of it and being like, nope, nope, I realize,
Absolutely.
nope. But
Wrong? Red flag?
it would have been interesting to see also them trying to live two separate lives instead of him just trying to take his life
Right.
through the retrieval, or like the swap. But
Yeah, I guess to touch on your what if it was the co-pilot, so David, who came to visit and fell in love with somebody else in town in the body of Cliff.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
yeah, it'd be an interesting dynamic or a really good thought experiment to go down. Maybe Black Mirror comes up with an episode, part 2.
Part 2, but pre-death. Pre-death part 2.
Pre-death part 2.
Pre-death part 2.
Alternate timeline.
But do you have any other thoughts or anything that you would like to add on?
Other than the cult, no. I was a little worried for a while that the cult was going to make a resurgence at some point.
Yeah.
Because they kind of came out of left field.
Yeah.
Early on. It had that quick shot of the van, and then they just were there. There was no lead up to it or anything, which is fine. It just I didn't understand as a viewer why, I guess. And I guess that's the exposition that happened during, but anyways, yeah, I was kind of thrown for a loop with that cult. So I did think that they would have like a resurgence later in the episode because they were written off so quickly. Like, oh yeah, they turned themselves in.
Yeah, that was an odd end, but I get they turned themselves in. We can't have them come back. So maybe that was their only way of saying, like, they're not going to come back. We just had to get that plot device out of the way, which is scooting it under the rug. So we should have had some kind of inkling that was going to come back in some way, shape, or form, which it was the murders. But
and I just kept thinking, like, was it all of them that turned themselves in? Was it just the one guy? I mean, because there were a handful of them there. So not to say that they couldn't have found the co-pilot pretty easily and did the same thing. So that's what I was thinking, is that would have come up later in the episode. Just didn't expect it to go down the route that it did. So, which again is very thought-provoking to when you sit back and like look through that lens of, because we were on that on more of the relationship side of our theories the entire time until the very end. So definitely did a good job with that.
Well, everybody, this has been another episode of Black Mirror. Once again, I am Charvana, and this is YBHaten. YB, where can we find you online?
You can find me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/YBHaten. I am on socials as well. YBHaten is the username for all of it, so definitely check it out. And then YBHaten.com. Check that out.
All down there, down in the description box below, so you have easy links to everything. I will catch you again sometime very soon with hopefully another reaction video. We shall see you again very, very soon. Bye for now, everybody. Mwah!
See ya.